Pool excavation. Dig your excavation area to the required depth and level. It is important to frequently check your levels, as any overdigging will add unnecessary costs and will have to be built back up later. From the outside edge of the pool area, dig a 300mm deep trench. Thermapool insulation has buoyant properties, so all swimming pools require site drainage. The simplest method is to dig drainage channels out of the soil below the pool. The channels are filled with a land drain pipe and then topped with shingle. A well that is large enough to allow a submersible pump needs to be dug 500mm deeper than the lowest point of the pool, which the drainage channels run into. Set up levelled pads in the centre of the trench at every 2 metres, using a brick placed on a mortar bed. These form a level base on which the pool walls are constructed. Assembling the first corner. Position the panels around the excavation as per the drawing supplied with your pool. The bottom of the panel is the end with the rectangle letterbox. Remove the protective coating from the panels. Start building the pool from a corner. Before moving one of your corner panels into position, place the corner U-channel onto the bottom of the panel and secure using 2 self-tapping fixings. On the adjoining corner panel that butts up to the first panel, run a thin mastic bead from the top to the bottom on the steel folds. Run another slightly thicker wavy mastic bead from the top to the bottom on the foam in the middle where there is no biscuit joint. Push the 2 panels together in the corner U-channel and secure in place by using 2 self-tapping fixings at either end of the U-channel. The top U-channels all require a thin, continuous mastic bead to be applied down the entire length on both of the inside legs. The U-channels have nuts on the outside legs. These are installed on the outside edge of the pool. These will be used to secure the bracing rods and concrete hooks for the pool surround and ring beam later. Once you have applied the mastic bead to the corner section, push the corner U-channel onto the corner panels, ensuring that the panels sit square and are tight together. Use 2 self-tapping fixings on each panel on the outside of the pool to secure the U-channel in place. Lift the corner panel into place onto the levelling blocks. Slide the next bottom U-channel onto the corner panel and secure with self-tapping fixings. Always start installing fixings from one end of the U-channel and work your way down to the opposite end. Each panel requires 2 self-tapping fixings, one on each end of the panel. Gluing the panels together. On the steel folds of one panel, run a thin mastic bead from the top to the bottom on both sides of the biscuit joint. Insert the foam into the biscuit joint, ensuring it is pushed in fully. Now install the next panel into the U-channel and push the 2 panels tightly together. When in place, use the self-tapping fixings to secure the panel. Repeat the process again until the panel overhangs the U-channel. Installing the top straight sections of U-channel. Once the mastic has been applied to the inside legs, butt up the next U-channel to the corner U-channel, pushing one end on, then working your way along the entire length of the U-channel, pushing it into place. Once your U-channel is tight to the panels, use the self-tapping fixings on the outside of the pool to secure the U-channel to the panels, using 2 fixings per panel. If 2 U-channel ends join on a panel, then an extra fixing will be required on both ends of the U-channel as well. On the panel joints, use the mastic to infill the gaps if required. Steps. Where a step unit is installed, this takes the place of the thermapool wall and is simply bolted and glued to the thermapool wall structure. Pool alignment. Once all of the panels are joined together, set up your string lines to ensure that the pool is correctly aligned to your original markings, checking all walls for vertical alignment. Securing the pool position. On the bottom U-channels there are swivel arms. Pull them out and hammer the steel pins into the ground to secure the pool. At either end of each top U-channel, screw the threaded rods into the nuts and tighten. On the opposite end of the bracing rod, slide on the angle bracing stake and hammer the stake into the ground. Screw the nut onto the bracing rod to secure in place. Do a final check that the pool is in the right position and make sure that all of the stakes are slightly tensioned and that the swivel legs are all secured. Concreting in the pool footing. It is recommended that the footing is poured in one go by using a ready mix truck for speed and simplicity. The concrete mix needs to be runny so it flows easily through the panels and along the footing. Start in one corner and slowly bring the concrete level up evenly on both sides of the panels. Pour the concrete in front of the panel holes so the concrete can flow under and through the panels as the level comes up. Pour both sides of the panel to bring the concrete up to the correct level. Once the corner is concreted in, move around to the next corner and bring the concrete up to the correct footing level. Work back to the first corner, bringing the concrete up to the top of the footing. Now move to a third corner and repeat the process. If using a cement mixer and mixing by hand, the process is exactly the same. Drains and sumps in the pool floor. It is recommended that you always have 2 filtration drains in the pool rather than 1. This is for safety reasons to help prevent any possible entrapment. Work out the finished height for your pool floor including the insulation and screed and set up the pipework prior to laying the floor. Laying the floor insulation boards. Lay a thin screed over the pool floor to level out prior to installing the pool floor insulation boards. Cover the floor with the thermapool 75mm insulation boards. To cut, use a hand saw. Over the top of the thermapool boards, lay a screed. Backfilling the pool. Backfill using shingle. Continually check that the walls are straight and in the correct position. Backfill to just under where your pipes will be. Box in your pipes with the thermapool insulation boards. Install all necessary pipe runs before continuing with the backfilling. Backfilling can now continue over the insulated pipes. Bring the backfill up to 200mm from the top of the panels and level it off. Concrete ring beam. The top U-channel still has empty nuts on it. Screw hook bolts into these nuts and use them to hang steel reinforcing mesh. The concrete ring beam should be 200mm deep and a minimum of 800mm wide. The steel reinforcing mesh should be in the centre of the concrete ring beam, so use concrete or blocks to lift the mesh off the floor. If necessary, use a piece of timber or shuttering at the back of the ring beam to gain a suitable depth and height of concrete. Fixing the liner lock. Run a thin mastic bead around the perimeter of the pool prior to fixing the liner lock. Push the liner lock into the mastic and use self-tapping fixings every 400mm along the liner lock, continuing around the whole pool. Liner installation. It is recommended that a felt underlay is used prior to installing the liner. This will ensure that any rough or sharp areas poking through the floor screed will not damage the liner.